Hello everyone, good morning, good afternoon, good evening. I haven't posted video in a while and thought of posting video because we are coming close to the February expiry for natural gas and yeah, so there will be rollover in next week. So I thought of posting this video. So natural gas has been trading at around 3.25 on the top and 3.12 at the bottom. Today it had support at 3.12 levels right over here, and then it further rose towards 3.27, but the mean being somewhere around 3.2. That's the mean. Considering the present conditions and the volume of export in the month of February, and also keeping in mind what are the possible volume of export and the inventory levels and the production. So I'm expecting natural gas to close around 3.2 to 3.18 levels for Friday, and we can see a sort of gap down in natural gas pricing, and it should be somewhere in between 3.12 at the bottom and 3.14 at the top. So on Monday, when natural gas we come to trade, we can see the price somewhere in between these levels. And the possible target for the month of February, it should be on the top. 3.2 should be on the top for the February target, and at the bottom it should be somewhere around 3.08. Today it has the natural gas pricing has gained a bit. The reasons are, the only reason is the drop in the inventory level, which has been massive for the last EI report. So that's the only reason it has surged a bit. But considering the present weather conditions, which is above normal temperature across most of the United States, so natural gas is likely to be contained within 3.15 level, so in between 3.14 and 3.12. On the top, if in case, because there is going to be a cold spell somewhere around by the last week of February, but that is not going to be that extreme cold. It is going to be a bit of cold. And also, I posted one video earlier about Golden Pass LNG being starting to operate, but that was not the reason when that you saw the surge then. So the reason was something else. So Golden Pass LNG is going to come online probably by second or third week of March. Then we can expect a surge. But considering also the levels that we saw in January, so the January levels were around 3.05. So that is when the temperature across most of the United States was around the same conditions as of now. So it is kind of comparable. The temperatures right now are the temperatures during the January 15th to January 18th, just January 12th to January 18th. So those conditions and the condition right now are almost the same. So that's the only reason I think natural gas, because natural gas pricing mostly depends on the present weather conditions. It has some dependency on the inventory level though, the production to export, but it mostly depends on the weather conditions. If volume of export, volume of production remains kind of consistent, then because it has been consistent, it has not declined, or uh, it has not increased compared to the period of January 12th to January 18th. It is kind of the same. Okay, so I think natural gas is going to be contained within, yeah, on the bottom it should be around 3.05. At the bottom, it is probably the most is going to be the minimum level, 3.05. But for top, it should be 3.2. I don't think natural gas will surge any further, even though there is a drop in temperature by the last week of March. But since that drop is not significant, again, the gains will be limited. If the gains are limited, again, we can see a surge till 3.25. Considering the short-term energy, the EI report prediction, 3.5 is going to be the average pricing for most of the year, unless until we see a dramatic explosion in the export. So until then, 3.25 should be the kind of the top for the remainder of the season. Although the report says 3.5 should be the top, but yeah, if the export volume increases due to the new LNG hubs getting like starting to operate, then we can see a small increase, but the levels will still be kind of limited. 3.5 should be the like in on the average 3.5 should be top, but for the month of again for the month of February, I don't expect it to surge beyond 3.25. Alright, so that's all for the video. And coming to crude oil, I would like to share also information about crude oil. Crude oil has been consistently has the price has increased over the last few days. It has consistently increased. It was trading somewhere around. No, sorry, I make it 1 hour. Then it'll be better. Yeah, it was trading somewhere around $59, and we saw a spike, and it hit around $65, 65, or even it reached $66. The only reason for the gain, as you all know, like the possibility of the US-Iran conflict turning out to be war, and that was the only fear. That's the reason the premium kept on adding. The fear has not loomed away. It is still kind of there in everyone's mind. Also, US has recently issued an advisory offer to all the US vessels to not go through uh, the Strait of Hormuz, that is passing through Iran, and they have published an advisory for all the vessels that you are not supposed to pass very close to the Iranian waters. So yeah, so that kind of still having a bit of premium in the pricing. So that fear is having a bit of premium in the pricing. So on the top, we can expect crude to come around 63.8 to 64 levels. Today it went to 63.2, but on the top it can further go to 63.8. It can come till here. Yeah, it can come till here. 63.8 is a level for crude. Around this level it can easily come to this level, and if the current if the present conditions of the US-Iran conflict turns out to be a war in between those two nations, then we can see a surge. Although the surge will be kind of there will be multiple pullbacks, because the EI report currently suggests there has been a massive increase in the crude inventory, and also the OPEC plus nations have already issued an advisory, like they are expecting crude inventories to rise to multiply in the next for the remainder of the 2026. So that is one reason the gains will be kind of limited, will be capped around 63.8. At the best possible situation, crude can gain up till again $65, but I don't expect crude to go beyond $65. $65 should be the cap. And towards the bottom for crude, bottom is going to be around again $61 for the time being. For the timing, it should be around over here on these levels. It is easily like achievable, but only if the present war conditions that's looming, that is kind of subsided. Only then we can see crude hitting around $61, and it can rather further drill down to $59 levels. But it only depends on the action by US on Iran conflict. So yeah, so keeping a close eye on what's happening in between those two nations, it is going to be very important to determine the future pricing of crude. Yeah, so that's all for the video. I mostly cover crude and natural gas trades. I'm not into gold, silver, or copper. Yeah. So that's what I wanted to share with everyone. Hope everyone is having a great weekend. And the disclaimer at the end, so none of the analysis, none of the discussions I do on this channel or on this video are meant to take an actual trade. They're meant just for educational purpose. So thank you very much for watching the video, and hope you're having a great weekend ahead. See you.